Harbor Me by Jacqueline Woodson, Chapter 15. Amari rested the recorder on top of his drawing pad. Then he pulled a green marker from his pack and started tracing it, his hand moving slow and sure around the recorder. I think what's really messed up is the way everything changes all quick from one year to the next, you know? Like, I don't mind my voice getting deep. He stopped drawing and looked up at Holly. Even if you don't hear it, it is. But it's like one day you asking for some Batman sheets for your bed, and the next day somebody's telling you Batman is for babies. Stuff like that. I thought about the way I had once loved purple so much, and how deeply I had once believed in unicorns. And like hugging and stuff, Amari said. Boys don't hug each other. I mean, when you're little you do. It's okay then. You always see the kindergarten kids running to each other and hugging like they haven't been together in years. That's what I love about little kids. They just get to be little kids. But when you get to be big, like us, all that goes away. It goes far away. Like once with my dad, I was about 8 years old and I went running to him, ready to jump in his arms like I always did. And he said, "Whoa, big man, you too grown for that now. One day, yes. Next day, no." But deep, like way down inside me, I want it back sometimes. I want to hug you, Esteban, like Red hugged you and say, "That sucks, bro." I want to promise you your dad will be back soon and that this was just a glitch in the road. That's what my dad called this moment we're living in, glitch in the road. The Saturday before last, he wouldn't let me go anywhere. Not to Ashton's house, not to the corner store, not even to the stoop to hang out with my boys on the block. He kept saying, "You just sit tight, Amari, and watch all the TV you want. I'm going to talk to you later." And Amari looked up at us. "All the TV I want?" That was like a zombie talking, because my dad is the king of turn off the TV and read a book. My dad is the "I'll throw that TV out the window" kind of dad. You get the picture? They all nodded. So around 1 o'clock, in the middle of me watching like my 100th TV show, my dad came in and said, "Walk me to the bank, Mar." That's his nickname for me. I found out it means see in Spanish. "Mar, Tiago," and Esteban said with an accent. "Mar," the rest of us said softly. He just called me Mar because it's short for Amari. But I like that the short name has a meaning. Amari means strength if you use the Yoruba translation, but in Japanese it means not really. I think if we were Japanese, I'd be really mad about my name. Just saying. "Not really," Esteban said. "That's crazy, but funny." "Hey, not really," Ashton said. "Clean up your room because it's not really clean right now." The rest of us laughed. "That's what's up," Mary said. "But the cool thing is, that's not the translation, so everybody can let it go now." "I guess we can," Holly said, "but not really." Even Amari smiled and started talking again. Maybe in 20 years he'd be the mayor of New York and we'd all be in the audience listening to him talk. He spoke like he was so sure of everything he said. Like all his life someone had been saying, "You're right, Amari. You're smart, Amari. You're beautiful, Amari." "So my mom was at a spin class with her girls," he said, holding up quotation fingers. "They're grown ladies, but she always calls them her girls. Every Saturday they go to a spin class to work off their calories, and then they do brunch. I don't get it. That's all I'm saying. Why go sit on a bike for hours, then go eat pancakes and sausage and eggs and bacon and everything on a menu? That's crazy. Just go eat. That's what I do the Saturdays I have brunch with them." "And you know what else is crazy?" Ashton said. "How come grown-ups always tell each other how young they look, and kids always want to be grown up already? So we lie and say we're 10 when we're really 9, or that we're 13 when we're really 12. But grown-ups lie too," Amari said. "Facts," Tiago said. "My mom's been 30 for like 10 years. Mine too," Holly said. "And don't let her see some gray hairs. It's like she's seen a ghost, all screaming and whatnot. Then running around the house looking for tweezers to pluck it out." "Wrinkles too?" Ashton laughed. "My mom is like "Oh my God, Ashton, please tell me you can't see this wrinkle by my chin." And of course I can see it. It's like the size of a river. But I just go, I don't see anything. You know, that's right. You know, that's the right move, Amari said, or else. Everyone nodded. I didn't know anything about mothers and wrinkles, but I knew that when my uncle first saw some gray hair on his head, he went into his room, closed the door, and played sad songs on his guitar for hours. Anyway, Amari said, me and my dad started walking to the bank, and he goes to me, "Look, Mar, I want to talk straight with you." And I was like, "Yeah?" Be- because that was strange. I mean, me and my dad, we always just talk straight. Nothing crooked about it. So he says to me, "You're in fifth grade now. It happened so fast, I didn't even see it coming." And I had to smile when he said that. It has to be at least 2 years since I last sat in his lap. Then my dad said, "This country is going a little bit crazy. I know it's just a glitch in the road, but I want you to know there are things you can't do anymore." And I'm like, "What kind of stuff?" Because I had thought the older you got, the more stuff you can do, not can't. He said, "You can't be running around the playground with that water gun, for one, or that Nerf gun, or that little light up keyring gun thing you got from your aunt last year. You can't even carry that in your pocket anymore." Then my dad goes, "You get me right, Mar?" And I just nodded. I was so mad. I didn't even look at him. Amari looked around at us. I knew what he was talking about. I'd seen the papers and heard Holly's mom and dad talking about a boy who got killed for playing with a toy gun. Holly's mom said that it wouldn't have happened if the boy was white, and Holly's dad had nodded. The cops who shot that kid in the park didn't even ask him any questions, Amari said. Just came in the park and shot him right away. And then, when his big sister tried to run to him, they didn't even let her go to him. How come they didn't let her? Ashton looked surprised. Like maybe this was his first time hearing the story. Amari shrugged. "I don't even know," he said. "It's crazy. My sister's 17. She would lose her mind if anyone ever even looked at me funny. That's how crazy she is about me. When I heard about that boy and his sister, it made something in me twist up, made me want to punch a wall, or even worse. That boy could have been me, or Esteban, or Diego. Or me," Ashton said. Amari didn't say anything to Ashton. He acted like he hadn't heard him and kept talking. "My mom never liked me playing with guns anyway," Amari continued, "so I knew my days of playing with them were numbered. But I didn't know it would all come this quick. You know, like with the hugs. Felt like I woke up one day and it was just corny to do. But playing with my guns wasn't corny yet. A water gun fight on a hot day is still the best thing ever." "Facts," Diego said. "When you're all hot and somebody comes out of nowhere and starts squirting you, you act mad. But son, I gotta say, that's the best, bro." "For real," Amari pounded Diego's fist. "And that Nerf gun you got, Amari said. "The one that shoots like 50 feet? That's power." "Yeah," Ashton said. "Remember when we were shooting the dead leaves off the trees?" Amari was nodded. "We were like, pow, pow, pow." "Some serious sharpshooting," Ashton said. They both got quiet. I could tell by their faces that they were back in the park with their Nerf guns, aiming them at the trees. No disrespect to you, Ashton, but it sort of sucks that you can still go to the park like with that gun and not have to worry about getting killed. "It's okay," Ashton said, but he started biting his bottom lip. "I can't stand guns," Holly said. "I never saw one in real life and never want to." "Nobody's talking about real guns," Amari said. Then he looked at Ashton. "Ashton, you're like one of my best friends. You know that, right?" Ashton nodded. "Same. But that kid getting killed and then my dad saying I couldn't play with guns anymore, that made me hate you." "But I didn't do. Not you. I mean, I didn't hate you. I don't know how to say it." "I do," I said. "It's not fair. It's not fair that you're a boy and Ashton's a boy and he can do something you can't do anymore. That's not freedom." Mari nodded. "Yeah, to what Red's saying. You can just play with your Nerf gun all you want, anywhere you want, and no cop is going to run up and shoot you." Murray stopped talking. He got up and walked over to the window, taking the recorder with him. Then, in slow motion, he made the hand that wasn't holding it into a gun, straightened his arm, and aimed outside. "The cop shot that boy in the stomach," he said, "with real bullets, not soft ones that bounce off. And the boy fell in the playground, and then he died." Murray kept his gun hand pointed at the window, his voice dropping down low. "And maybe, if it was a windy day, the swings just kept on swinging, making that sad whiny sound that swings make when they're still moving and nobody's on them. And that boy should have been running and playing and jumping off those swings. Whenever I jump off a swing, it feels like I'm flying. It feels like I'm more free than anything. That boy should have been having that feeling. He shouldn't have been feeling like he was dying. He should have been feeling like he was free."